Good morning. Good morning. I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this.
Yep. Good morning. Listen, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to my Americanos people. Today's Thanksgiving Day, people. Today's the pilgrim and the turkeys. Today's the day that the average American puts on about 5 to 8 pounds. Average. Some go up to 10 to 15. Some have taken their S-Lax and their shit medicine to make room 2 days ago for today. Some people have been starving themselves to get to today to go over to grandma's house to hang with the family that they're born in or family that they've created over the years. You know, because there are two families, you know, the family that you're born in and then you have the family that you built. And I'm not talking about relatives, like people that you've come across that become genuine family over the years. We'll all be getting together today and eating a bunch of shit. Turkey, stuffing, ham. You know, in the Jamaican households, it's everything but the turkey. The turkey is there, but ain't nobody there for the turkey. Everyone is there for the oxtail, the curry goat, the steamed snapper fish, and all them something there. Yeah. But big up to every single one of you all that has locked in. Yeah, listen, thank you for all the support on yesterday's video. Yesterday's video, the biology session with female mosquitoes biting people and that, and the gay fish joke and all that stuff, was my highest viewed video since I've been doing YouTube. Live stream, anyway. I have shorts that do well, but yesterday's video did very well, thanks to all of you. So, mine has that respect. I hear it. Now, doing the STA, big up to you, man. Doing the SC. The monster is in the house. Monster, good news. I got good news and I got bad news. Tell me which one you want to hear first. Good news and bad. Just saw the Spider-Man parade float and I'm good to go. DX Gunner. Don't forget to check out that what we talked about yesterday, the loaded Coronas. When you get around to it, you don't have to force yourself on this Thanksgiving, but when you get around to it, make sure that you let us know and we'll get to it. Big up to Darren. Manners and respect, Magena. Hope you are good. Was someone hungover? Nah. It's an early morning, you know. I got, you know, lots of stuff to do today as far as, you know, cooking and, you know, charitable work. So it was early enough. Got up early enough to do one to get a stream in. So big up to Wahaha, a resident United fan. Thanksgiving Day to the United States residents. Big up to my brother Jason Guna. Manners and respect every single time. Get those Joey Tribani Christmas pants out. Yeah, and it's customary that right after, some people already have them up, but right after Thanksgiving, the Christmas lights go up, the Christmas decorations. But in my neighborhood, a whole bunch of people have already got their Christmas things up. You know, my neighbor, one of them got a whole Santa Claus Christmas decoration over his entire garage. It's mad. Black Fridays for the whole month of November, not just the first day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got Black Friday, Super Saturday, Cyber Monday, and it just goes on and on and on. It's just Amazon and Walmart and everyone. Give me all your money. Give me all your money. Macy's, give me all your money. Give me all your money. I'm not buying shit, bro. It's a travel Christmas for me, so I'm not buying anything. Man said curry goat. I feel you, man. Heavy on the curry goat. I treated myself to something last week online from instead of bothering to step foot into an actual shop. Hey, man, sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Yeah, man. I know Wahaha knows that. If he knows about gay fish jokes and that female mosquitoes only bite and all this shit, he has to have known that curry goat is a popular Jamaican meal. Wahaha has to be cultured. Has to be cultured enough to know that. Yeah. Yeah. Still, Curry is the GOAT. He sits at the table, nowhere near the head table, but he sits at the table. There's actually some good news. Let's go with the bad news first. Well, the bad news is Onslaught is not getting sacked. That's the bad news. The good news is my hot take. The good news is Liverpool is still in shout for the Champions League, in spite of all the hoopla and all the craziness around the club. Because people forget, right? If you just go back to last season and you look at the current holders of said Champions League, after 8 games, PSG only had 13 points and they were 15th. I think right now Liverpool have 9 points. So you will get to the top 8. You will get to the top, not the top 8. You will, at minimum, be in the top 16 and go into the playoff. And possibly develop a head of steam going into the runoff. And could possibly do a PSG. You never know. That's my Thanksgiving Day good news for you, my G. Big up to Claire. Ooh. Hope you are well. VIP around these parts. Sorry about Michael Olise again yesterday. He did well. We said on yesterday's stream, he did well. He actually got Lewis Kelly hooked. Cooked him. Olise cooked him. Carl cooked him to the point where Calafiori had to come on. So we were, at least this time around, Arteta was seeing what we were seeing. Right? We weren't seeing one thing, and he was seeing another thing. We were both seeing. We were all seeing that Skelly was having a torrid time, and he made that adjustment. So big him up. It goes on before Halloween. All right, it's way too early for me. Jamaican cuisine didn't land over here yet. Really? You know what's crazy? When I was traveling Europe, when I was in Europe traveling all those cities, every single city that I traveled to, I would go on Google and I would type in Jamaican restaurant near me. And lo and behold, I would find one. Found one in Amsterdam, Berlin. I even found one in Tokyo when I went to Japan in 2023. And they're not bad, you know. A little bit of drop off, you know, with the authentication, with the processes that they have to go through. But it's heading your way soon. Yeah, I think LFC Monster is done with him. I can't think of one. The only Liverpool fan that I know that's not saying slot out is Big Preach. And he is not slot out, but he is involved. He is definitely involved in it. He is at the point where he is saying, if I wake up tomorrow morning and he's sacked, I won't be bothered. Oh, right. I don't do this. I don't do this craziness. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought anything, bro. Nems, brother, have we seen him? You don't come around here. I haven't seen Nems. I think my mods banned him anyway, the way he blatantly went about his foolishness. Big up to Hendo. Have a blessed Thanksgiving Day and good afternoon to all that's in the chat. Big you up, Hendo. Hope you are well. Yeah, it's so real, bro. We can grab it. You know, it's. I'm sure he wish he never did that. The sub made sense for real, yeah. Kelly was even on the goal. So even when I go look back at the goal, because I watched the highlights 3 times yesterday, over and over. Don't ask me why. So even on the goal for Carl, I was actually blaming Mascara on yesterday's stream when I was saying he got called ball watching on the switch, which he did. He did get caught ball watching on the switch and lost track of Carl. But Skelly was also out of position to let Gnabry get that extra yard of space behind him. Because Skelly, he is the midfielder, and we know this, right? So as a midfielder, his instinct is naturally to go that way. And he fell asleep on the switch. Gnabry didn't even have to take a touch. He had so much space on the ball. Puts it across. And it was a breakdown between Mascara and Skelly. It's like Bayern Munich knew and they realized very quickly that they were not going to get any change on Timber's side. Right? I'm pretty sure the scouting report and company and these men would have said Skelly at right back, Skelly at left back isn't the most robust of defenders, and we can try something over there because this Timber cat is not giving us any change. And they attacked the space. That was a tactical adjustment by company, and it worked. So, you know, that goal was a well-worked goal. I've seen that Kimmich switch over and over and over and over again. He does that. He's very good at that. So one thing led to another. The ball was in the net, but our heads didn't drop. The boys responded and were very effective. Yep. Because Calafiori came on. It's like this is the second time in the Champions League game where Arteta has made a double sub and they linked up for a goal. Right? He did. It was a Bilbao away when he brought on Trossard and Martinelli, and they both scored and assisted for one another. Right? So now Cala and Nani comes on and bang, link up for a goal together. Of course, as they was involved in that play with the quick movement of the ball out to Cala for the cross. So yeah, I actually give Arteta more credit for his adjustments and his tactics in this game than I did for the hat trick that Eze scored and beat up Tottenham that I got, punched up for on the catch up for that, glazing Arteta. But this game could actually, go down to more about his lineup and his tactics than the North London Derby, if I'm being completely honest. It's been revoked over here. So you won't see them here. You won't. You'll see him by Waffle Down. You'll see him on the catch-up. But you won't see him here. You're still embarrassed. I can check if there's any in... that word. Definitely not in my area. Well, you need to move, haha. You need to get to a big city. I'm just kidding, G. The big city thing ain't for everybody. And we got you. And we got you, haha. We got you with all the recipes, all the tricks of the trade. And it will sell, man. Once the aroma of those spice hit the air, people will fuck with it. If we meant to be operating on the highest standards that we put ourselves on, you can't keep a manager that's performed the way you have so far. But history weighs hard on Hughes and Edwards. Big up to Jordan. Edwards' shoulders, as we've never sacked a manager who won a league. But this is the thing, Liverpool have done. It would be expected, right? Because there are a bunch of we've nevers when you speak about Liverpool in these terms, because Liverpool has never retained the Premier League title, right, in the Premier League era. Liverpool has also never won the league and moved this way in the transfer window. So you can add that, hey, we've never sacked a manager. Well, you've never done that? Go ahead and do it. There's a first time for everything. Arne Slot has done a pretty good job of auditioning for the unemployment line. And I think, Liverpool as an institution operating on the highest standards that you just pointed out would be well within their rights to move him on. That he couldn't, he would be the most justified sacking that you might have made in a long time. Skelly never got up to full match speed yesterday. One to forget. Yeah. And I think he'll be all right. He'll be fine. Because I think that the confidence that he will get, knowing that the manager trusted him to start him versus the best attacking Europe, will go a long way. And he will base that off of his performance in the previous Champions League games that he started against Atletico Madrid. So his place yesterday wasn't a charity case. He had earned that. And the fact that he played, 60-something minutes? That's 60-something minutes that Cala didn't have to play on top of playing 90 in the North London Derby going into the big game that we have at the weekend. So even though he wasn't great, he contributed in a way where he took minutes off the legs of Mikhail's first choice left back. Perfect timing of the subs too. Yep. Could not let them grow into the game. Had to take the sting out of it. Yeah, he did that. Mikhail did the damn thing. And he gets his praise. But he won't get no unnecessary glaze. No, he's got enough top gooners for that. But yesterday, spot on, my guy. And I do think if Trossard wasn't injured, and he didn't have to use the Nani sub early, I think he may have found a way to get Declan Rice some rest. But that Nani sub was kind of forced upon him. And I hope Trossard is actually okay still. Martinelli going through the middle, and he scores. Who knew? Yeah. Have we seen that before, the assembled? Have we seen this before? Eze in the middle of the park, over the top to Martinelli to score late in the game. Have we seen that before? Oh, yeah, we did. At Man City. We've seen it. Have we seen Martinelli scoring late in a big Champions League game before? Oh, yeah, we've seen it. Real Madrid. He does this. I did go to the pub yesterday and watch the game. I didn't watch it at the house. And I'm sitting next to a gentleman, a diehard Arteta lover. Matter of fact, he had on Arteta's jersey. He had on Arteta number 8. And while they're coming on to us, I said, hey, in this space right here, Martinelli is actually useful. And as soon as I said that, the ball was turned over. Mikhail, boom. Merino passes it to Eze over the top. He looked at me. Man said he's going to start calling me Nostradamus. I'm like, nah, I just know my team. This is what Martinelli does. This is when he thrives. Against the low blocks, when he has to actually drop his shoulder and get by someone, not very effective. But in this capacity that we saw yesterday, there are not too many people that are better than him. So much, he is so good in that space that he creates his own luck. Because that ball came off his thigh. And it came off his thigh so fast, it forced Neuer's big ass, who's not used to being in open space, to do like that. And then he just tumbled over. Gnabry only got free when he switched wings the 2 times he got into the box. Yeah, you brought out timber. Them timber clamps. Them timber clamps grip tight, What is a vice grip? He put the clamps on Serge. Serge was getting nothing. Yeah, he's wicked with these passes, man. Wicked. I was actually thrilled when we were linked with him a couple of years ago. I think it was the 2023, 2024 season where we were linked with some German player that was out of contract and then he re-signed. Because that game that they knocked us out the Champions League in the 23-24 season, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. The way he was just bopping the ball around after they scored, we could not get the ball to grow into the game. Kelly's found out positionally every time. Told you after the Atletico game. Yeah, but the Atletico game, when he showed off his quality when they were coming onto us and he was able to relieve that pressure with that run, that's what he does. He inverts, So essentially, he's a better version of Zinchenko. He's good on the ball, but he can't defend. We all know that Zinchenko wasn't a left back. He just lined up there. And Arteta has came out and said, this is Kelly's path into the team. So, unfortunately, Arteta rates Zubimendi highly. Declan is Declan. Eze and his captain. It's going to be very difficult for Skelly to get into the midfield in Premier League, Champions League games. In the Cups, maybe. Yeah, that's true about the sub impacts on the CL so far. Yeah. Now, let me get through some more of these comments before I hop on the weekend. Have you seen the clip going around of Declan doing that amazing tackle on Harry Kane and Kane face planted into the turf? Now, I haven't seen that one, but matter of fact, the same guy that was sitting next to me at the bar yesterday asked me if Harry Kane had been subbed off, and I genuinely had to wait and look at all the camera angles because I may have missed it in between sips of my Crown Royal. And then I looked up and I saw the big number 9 with him deep in their end of the half. I was like, nah, he's still on the pitch. Shit. When have we ever seen Harry Kane that quiet? I'm sorry, but yeah, he talk about a Skelly had a poor game. My God, Skelly is 18. You know, Skelly is 18, nowhere near the best left backs in the world, nowhere near the best midfielders in the world. Very good player, very talented at what he does. But Harry Kane is one of the top 3 strikers in the world. And he was nowhere to be seen. Mascara and Saliba was like, yeah, we've seen Harry Kane turn up to the Emirates with worse Tottenham teams and had bigger games. Them men turn up with the best team in Europe, attacking-wise, where they're scoring goals for fun and can't get a look in. Did he even have a shot? I haven't even looked at the stats from yesterday. Normally, at the end of a big game, I look at the stats. I look at possessions. I look at touches, heat maps, who got the ball where. None of that was necessary. I know how highly everyone rates Timber, and rightly so, but did Bayern miss Diaz last night? Didn't see the game, was watching ours. Did Bayern miss Diaz last night? Hell yeah. You know who else missed Diaz? You. Liverpool. I don't know if you already admitted it, but I asked this question to most of the Liverpool fans that I come across. That, yeah, they missed Diaz because you man missed Diaz because he used to trigger your press. Gakpo ain't doing that. Verts ain't doing that. It's like damn sure ain't doing it. But yeah, they did miss him. They did. But even with Diaz out there, obviously I didn't predict a win. I predicted a 2-2 draw. Even with Diaz out there, I don't think we would have lost the game. But I think that would have been more competitive because that, other than that goal, Bayern was completely nullified. Arteta was on point tactically yesterday. Yeah, he was. Big him up. Yesterday, he did his thing. He did what you would expect a top manager to do. He did what you expect a manager on 15.6 million to do. He did what the team that's tied on points with the best team in the Champions League table, being the home team, to do to the away team. Right? He did. So yeah, pick him up. He was locked in yesterday. We're kicking ass and taking names. Built the ass. Yep. Beat and teach. Bag him and tag him. Come on. Come Sunday, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. BBK is a blunder man in more each day. Nah, I'm just giving him credit because if I don't give him credit for when he does things right, then it invalidates my criticism when he fucks things up. But there is nothing I can blame. If I really want to nitpick, I could be like, no, I didn't even want to do it. Because I just think he was really good yesterday. He did. Normally I'm watching Arsenal. I'm like, why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? But I didn't even have to get there. He was being proactive with the subs. And I was hoping that Skelly would start instead of Calafiori because Calafiori needed to rest. Because I don't even think Calafiori was fit versus Tottenham. I don't think he was rushed back because Gattuso sent him home because he wasn't fit for Italian internationals. Let's not forget that. So if I'm saying I hope he starts Skelly and then he starts Skelly, and then he does that and then he sees that he's having a poor game and he brings him off. I was hoping that he started Mascara. Okay, he did that. So, I can't have a dig at. I can't have a go at him today. Martinelli's pace and Ez's vision can be so good for future games too. Yep, that's it. This is what I wanted at Anfield, Claire. I wanted this at Anfield. We saw that same link up that you just spoke of on display at the Emirates when we played Man City. And I do believe if we win that game, right, we're sitting 9 points clear of City. I'd be a little more confident that City probably may not make up 3 games on us, even with us having to go to the Etihad in match week 33. That game could be inconsequential by the time we get there. Another reason why I was so annoyed at blunder, man. Yeah, they missed him, man. They missed the shit out of Diaz. But many times I'm sitting here like, yeah, The disrespect. I even asked if they missed Darwin Núñez. Because they missed Diaz, but Liverpool missed him too. Because the crash out is real. The crash out. Someone came in the chat yesterday. I was like, Liverpool was so poor. I haven't seen them play that poor since the weekend. I had to chuckle. I was like, damn. I don't know which performance was worse. 3-0 getting blamed at home to 3-0 to a relegation for the Forest, or to a PSV side. A PSV side, by the way, that Arsenal put 7 goals past last year, you know. Away at their gaff. Not this version of Arsenal that's cooking teams. Last year's injury-riddled Arsenal went to PSV Eindhoven and put 7 past them. And these men turn up with Peter Bosch. I actually rate Peter Bosch as a coach, to be fair. And put 4 past them. And those goals were crackling, you know. They were cracking. Van Dijk out here playing basketball. Man had the nerve, had the unmitigated gall to complain that was a pen. That brother, is man that far gone where he's so used to blaming everybody else for goals and mistakes that, brother, your hand is up here. You know that's a voluntary movement for your hand to be above your head. And man was complaining that was a pen. I guess, I mean, if they had Diaz last night, it would have made a lot of difference. Timber would have come up again. Yeah, it would have made a big difference. Yeah, I don't think it would have been as easy as it was if they had Diaz. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because that right now, if you're putting a world 11 of left wingers based on form, you know, Diaz is up there. He is performing well, extremely well at Bayern. And the next Champions League game that they have, or whenever he gets back, it was a 3-game ban. So shit, he might not even play any more of the group games because I think Bayern will fully qualify their next 2 games. But Timber does. He clamps most wingers. He does that. We've sat managers for less in the past. Only Hughes and Edwards knows why he's still in the job. A win versus West Ham changes absolutely nothing, as it should always be expected to win versus West Ham. But now, see, Slot has not created a situation where there is so much pressure on him for that game that he may overthink it. Right now, you may look at the lineup on Saturday or Sunday and he'd be like, "What the hell is Slot doing?" You know, because even though Nuno is under pressure to deliver at West Ham, there's more pressure on Liverpool to win this game. Win, not draw, that he has to win. And lo and behold, if oh my God, if West Ham score first, long. Timber and Rice basically ran that middle area of the pitch. They were both awesome. Timber defending and pushing up was superb. Like Timber's just been dishing out standard 8th. Big up to Dre FC in the building. Liverpool maestro. Yeah, can't believe it. Given the form of both players, would have been a good matchup and contest to watch. Yep, I'm here for it. Question: why does Bunderman get praise for doing what he is supposed to do? For me, I give him praise for yesterday because most of the time he doesn't. Most of the times he does stuff that make me do this, like what he did against Southampton, like what he did away at Anfield, like what he did at home against City. Because those are the games that I've been up in arms for. Because those 7 points dropped. You've heard me say this many times, the Assemble. I put those 7 points that we've dropped so far squarely down to him. I think if he get those tactics right, we're undefeated. We could be 10 to 11 points clear. And then, you know, my PTSD level wouldn't be at a 10. It'd be at an 8. I have a little more chest, a little more confidence to be like, okay, this team is different. Kind of like how the Liverpool fans felt about their team last year. They knew it was different. That Kimmich cross last season as well. Yep. He was for that goal. Yeah. He's a specialist at that. He hits the ball and it just drops right in the pace, the width. That's what he does, man. Rice with the armband made so much sense to me. His levels went up. He was like, I'm home now. I'm holding this armband. Saka, you just visiting. You just visiting this armband, my bro. Hey, Odegaard, brother, yeah, you're visiting this. I'm home to this. I wore this and captained West Ham to a European Cup, a European third tier, trophy. I don't want to call it the European Cup. I think that's a little disrespectful. But that's what I want to see. Deckers. The thing with Declan, the set pieces now are starting to look like too easy for him. The delivery, it's like a Steph Curry free throw. Like it's dropping in such dangerous spaces. One of them looks like the ball hit mascara in his forehead. Like if that's Big Gabby, that's in the net. Like he got one. Marina got two. We had Big Gabby yesterday. We probably slap him for 6. Oh, he did? I didn't even notice that part. It was a party in the bar, man. In the pub. I didn't even notice that he handed it to Odegaard when he came on. I didn't. Because on my screen, we're 3-1 and we're blitzing Bayern. On the next screen, every time I look up, PSV are celebrating. And the far screen, Tottenham are over there getting trained. So I didn't even see that clip of him handing it over. Whatever company was trying to do, it didn't work. He has all the players all over the place roaming too much. I guess he can get away with that in the Bundesliga, to be fair. So it's hard to switch up your style of play. We got 30 locked in. What's the like count, people? What's the like count? Can we get to 20 likes? Greatly appreciated. Big up to Sheldon again. Diaz would have been in the Timber chokehold too. Hey, no, it's that, man. That's it. That's what it is. He does that. I was upset he gave him in that moment. If I'm Odegaard, I'm telling him to keep it for the rest of the game. If it left up to Odegaard, it's probably Odegaard didn't care. But Arteta probably, hey, go out there and get your armband. You're my captain. One thing I still got to dig is that Anfield defeat. Blunder man. Yep. Another Arteta's blunder. Looking back at it now, I maybe would have been okay with a draw, but I predicted us to win is why I'm annoyed. When I see Forest go to Anfield and pick 3 goals, 3 points, and I see PSV go to Anfield and put 4 past you, and we went there, you pitched a clean sheet. Like, nah, bro. Everyone, United went there and man was picking ball out the net. Yeah, man. I can't believe someone actually thought it was better to sell Diaz than pay him the salary. Absolute clown show over at Liverpool admin. So this is what happens when you're on the high, the euphoria of winning the league and think, hey, yeah, you don't want to stay here? Okay, go to Bayern. We'll get someone else to replace you. We got Isak and Ekitike. Ekitike has been good, to be fair. But yesterday, man didn't want his name attached to that. Man was like, yep, I'm pulling up. I feel something. Hey, Isak, come attach your name to this shit performance. Because, and sometimes when you're a footballer, you're playing up top, sometimes you just know you're not going to score. It's just not my day. No matter how you keep it, like, it's not my day today. Let me get the fuck out of here. Hey, Isak, come on. Isak, come on the pitch. And he was worse. But yeah, Diaz, I'm right now, like we had this conversation, LFC Monster fully disagreed, but I actually think they missed Darwin as well. I do. In spite of the GA and all that stuff, them two brought something to the team when they were on the pitch together that's not there now. If Luis Diaz was Brazilian or from Argentina, he would get more love. Such an underrated player, in my opinion. Someone called him the Colombian Iwobi the other day. Happy feet. Very happy feet. Tricky feet. That would royally piss off. He might have been under instruction. Hey, go out there and get your captain armband. Nobody misses Gyökeres, that bummy guy. Of course we miss you. I think Yuck would have beat up Upa Maguire and Jonathan Tah yesterday. Because Marino is more of a finesse type of false nine. He doesn't get into the physical, rough and tough. Gyökeres, he's always being wrestled. Well, at least since he came to the Prem. Yeah, the manager got to go, but we have no backup yet. He got to go 10 goals in 3 games. Yeah, man, the leaking goes. It's a sieve back there. But who knew? Like, who knew? 12 games in, we'd be calling for Slot's head. I think he can turn it around. I think you should trust the process. Trust the process, Dre. He proved that he can win this Premier League. Build. Give him a chance. Flailing his arm trying to sell a foul that wasn't there. Amazing. That's the only explanation. I don't know how the hell his arm was that high. Like, brother, they complained about it. Maybe in the Prem. Maybe he gets away with that versus the Prem teams. But them damn European refs, they don't give a damn. Like, your hand is up there. That ref blew that whistle so damn quick. Diaz was offered a couple of contracts, but he couldn't agree with the club. At the time, though, his family had been courting Barca for the last 2 years. It was Barca, I'd understand, right? You know, man is Colombian, Spanish speaking. Luis Diaz doesn't sprechen Deutsch, you know. So, you know, I think if Liverpool really wanted Diaz to stay, they would have found a way to get the contract done. It wasn't a Trent issue where he was fully committed to Madrid. They wanted him to stay, but they felt like they could do better. Felt like they could upgrade. It didn't work. If Arsenal beat Brugge on December 10th, then we have effectively qualified for the knockout stage and can rest players for the remaining 2 UCL games. Yeah, I think we need 1 point. Based on last year's, and I know it's not a huge data sample, but based on last year's output, and the numbers are still kind of similar. 16 points pretty much guarantees you a top 8 spot. We're on 15. So 1 more win or draw, and we're through. And that's when you will see Max start. He will start, not come on. He will start. Arteta wants that record on him. I started the youngest ever player in the Champions League, and he has until December 31st. And I think Max turned 16. So yeah, you'll see Ethan run out. You see all the kids run out. I'm here for it. The mistake was not bringing in left winger the same profile to replace Diaz when he didn't go because of Rio's emergence in preseason. Okay. Fair. When VVD is doing crap like that, you know he mentally ain't there. If he wouldn't dominate that physically, headed away. Hey, man signed his last big contract and is like, I'm good. Marino usually buries at least one of those chances. Wasn't happening for him yesterday. I still don't think VVD is washed, but he's acting hella sus. So essentially what Haha is saying, hey, he's not washed. He's just down in tools. He can still perform at a high level. He just isn't. Why he isn't? It's just effort, because defending is effort. Big up, Kwaja. Blessed. Hope you're good. 10 away. 1 sub at a time, my friend. We shall get there. When Timber does what he's supposed to do, maybe we should praise him then. I don't care who's best. I don't want none of the rest. There's no right back that I'm trading for that guy. You know, but they paid Salah 400K plus 100K bonus, and he's giving him that. But we told him, Mohamed Aubameyang, you know, Mohamed Ozil. You've seen this many, many times. You play an old player, big money. This is what happens. Now, if you are up and coming player in the Liverpool team squad, whatever, and you perform out your skin and you're pushing 30, leave, because they're not gonna pay you. After seeing Salah do what he's doing now, this is what they expected him to do last year. But he bet on himself last year and he won. Come the end of the season, it won't matter when you're lifting the trophy, though. For now, it's one of them random stat that pops up. I like the lifting the trophy part. Yeldon, if the tactics are right, all the players are praised. When Blunderman are causing his own problems, in my opinion, he shouldn't be praised for his own creation. I haven't think he's Those 7 points that I always speak of, City at home, Liverpool away, Sunderland away, is where I firmly put down to him. Anything else can go on, because we won all the other games. So, but for yesterday, I don't think he did anything wrong. Maybe Diaz could feel the ship sinking. Maybe some men are able to ditch the ship quicker than others. Yeah, some men pick up the wake earlier than some people don't need to see the chair thrown before they run out of the room. You really think he does the Max and Ethan thing to say he was the coach to play them when they're as good as they are? Yeah, I think he will. Because the reason why they're not playing now is not because he don't think they have the quality. We know they have the quality. That's why they're in the squad. But he's not going to do that now because we haven't qualified it. There is no reason for Declan Rice to be playing against Carriot and shit. Right? As a matter of fact, if we beat Club Brugge, don't even play Declan at the San Siro or Zubimendi. Play the EFL squad. Yeah, play Kepa. Because it's not a disrespect to Inter. It's these guys are fit, but they need to be match sharp. The San Siro would be a good test. Beat Club Brugge, you got 18 points. You are through. Play Kepa. Play Benjamin White. Play Skelly again. Play Hincapié and Mosquera to see how they function as a unit. Right? Play Norgard. Play Ethan. Start Noni. If Trossard is fit, you rotate between him and Martinelli based on minutes played and all that. Play Havertz or Jesus. Full rotation. Matter of fact, I think he might do that to flex. In a Champions League game, I'm playing my second unit. Because rotation is needed. If rotation wasn't needed, Pep wouldn't rotate Haaland, Foden, and Doku. He thought he could get away with that against Leverkusen because Leverkusen are shit. But they turned up on the day. So you get it wrong, you can end up like them. But we would have already qualified. Arteta to receive a masterclass tutorial on how to manage a team by Maresca on Sunday. Bombaras. Hey, people. Hey, DJ. Hey, I go start this. And I'm going to come back to this one. Isn't Lenny Carr one of the youngest goal scorers in the Champions League? Yep. One of the youngest. It was a class finish, too. Very good finish, not gonna lie. Haven't even mentioned Kanate. Yeah, speaking of players that are checked out, I think he is fully. I think Kanate is like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want no parts of this. Get me off. I don't want my name attached to this forward drubbing. So when he gets it right, let it be known. If he deserves, give him credit. Gets his credit. And it makes it easier to criticize him when he does his fuckery. Right? City, yes. City, maybe. Sunderland, I don't think we fell short tactically. Man just never played well that day. Disagree. And here's why. The best defense in the world, the best defense in the league, hadn't conceded 2 goals in however long. We played City, we played Liverpool. None of them man scored 2 goals on us. None of them. Yeah. And he takes off the only outlet that we had and didn't bring on Max or Ethan who could actually run and just invited pressure onto us for time. And I think that really cost us. I think if we have an outlet on the pitch, we don't just hoof it and have them recycle the ball at us every single time. So I do believe a lot of that was down to him. Yep. Oh shit, people, big up at minute 45. We got the everybody favorite cousin, y'all, on Thanksgiving. We talked about it earlier. And we said when all the people link up, their favorite cousin and all this shit. Man like E. Ross has resurfaced after a little hiatus, but we welcome him back. And we big him up every single day, man. Like E. Ross in the house, people. Big him up.
Maybach music.
Where them I do, where them I try. Welcome. Left right, just so just a come, left and right.
Maybach music.
Bullet. Big up man like E-Ross in the house. Left, right, just towards as I come. Chronics. Mixed with that liquor burner boy. Big up E-Ross every single time, man. Absolute legend he is. But I think we dropped points, man. I think he fucked it against Sunderland. I'm not gonna lie. And if I wasn't bigging him up today, shit, the praise would have been invalidated. But them put all 7 of those down to him. I think if he brings on Ethan, brings on Max to relieve the pressure a little bit, we could have possessed the ball a little bit better. The assembled, in my opinion, praised him for continually getting it right instead of this game by game appraisal. You know, I think it's important to, when at the end of a 90 minutes, you can analyze a game in isolation. You know, and he did exactly what I thought needed to be done. You know, and I just leave it there. They're not playing now because we have players in their position that's better than them. Yeah. You know, I think Trossard is better than Martinelli, but Martinelli still plays due to a rotation plan. Right? So, you know, Saka is better than Max. So he can still play due to some rotation plan. You know, Skelly is underrated. He is underrated, but we just know that he's not a left back. And you know, if we know he's not a left back, but the manager says his path into the team is through the left back, well, that's his opportunity. You know, everyone don't always get a fair shake. But the fact remains that he has an opportunity to get into the team through the left back position. So that's just what he has to roll with at the minute. Until we get a different coach who actually sees that he's a midfielder and plays him there. Salah said he was surprised he got a new contract as it goes against the grain of players at his age. He said that out loud. He will be sold to Saudi this summer for big money, though. I can see it. That's the wrong thinking, the assemble. We got to give credit to the baller every game we win, while the coach can be an exception. Please start that comment. Yeah. So let's go to it. God damn it. Yeah. DJ Shatta Hennessy. Oh, Jesus. That said, Arteta to receive a masterclass tutorial on how to manage a team by Maresca on Sunday. Now, I know that Chelsea just beat Barcelona, and Chelsea are the greatest team in the world champs. They got the belts and they got the sunglasses on every stream that they go to, right? And it's all hype on the Chelsea. But here's the deal. We're better than them motherfuckers. Don't let the hoopla of Chelsea beating that Barcelona team fool you people. Because I said that Chelsea would beat them based on how Barcelona chooses not to defend. They don't defend. I'm not saying they can't. They just don't do it. They have the German Ange Postecoglou managing their team. It's all about attack. Club Brugge, you watch the Club Brugge game, that man was so wide open, like a big dirty bitch. Skin out. They can't play. They don't defend. So I always knew that Chelsea was beat them. So don't take anything away from that Chelsea game. This is the same Chelsea team that lost at home to Sunderland. And that man turned around and laughed at us for drawing away at Sunderland. Sunderland beat Chelsea at home, you know. Let the record show. Brighton went there and punched them up. You see this Bayern Munich team that we just bitch slapped all over the park? Slapped up Chelsea all over the park. Beat them 3-1. Olise was out there missing sitters. Could have been 6. So let's not do the fog around the Chelsea win versus Barcelona. Have you thinking that these men are something other than they're not? We see these men week in, week out. Now, can they beat us? Yeah, probably. They probably can. It's football, isn't it? Anything can happen. But this ain't happening at 5. When has Chelsea scored 5 goals? These are the man them that drew to carry a bag. You see how quick this energy. These men drew to carry a bag and think they can put 5 past Arsenal. What are we doing? Because if this fixture was being played on the back of the Caribbean on the Caribbean game, this chest wouldn't be there. And this is chest, 5. These men said 5. Hit the like and subscribe, people. Make sure that we're hitting likes and all them things there. Yeah, I saw it, man. It was a wicked goal. Wicked goal. Pop, pop. E-Ross in the house. So far, so Max or Ethan gonna come on and do that in a game. That, yeah, brother, we just needed an outlet. Saka couldn't run. I saw Granit Xhaka chase down Saka and caught him at 33. Xhaka didn't have speed at 33. Saka was dead out there. We should not be under pressure like that versus Sunderland. I'm sorry. And that's because the creative players and the players who could hold the ball on the pitch had dead legs. If you even look at the final cross for the goal, Mikel Moreno was actually trying to close him down. He just couldn't get there because he's slow. And he's tired. And you can't be slow and tired. Yeah, it was a wicked goal. But yeah, DJ Hennessy, nope, that not gonna happen. That will never happen. They're not retaining the ball better than Trossard and Saka, who actually played well that day. They did play well that day, but they were tired, brother. They're gone. And if Max and Ethan are on the pitch, they're going that way when they get the ball. We're in their half, they can't score. Unless they're lobbing Raya, which can't happen. Oh, man. Big ups, big ups, big ups. No Pedri, no Partey. Yeah. It's a typical European versus Premier League performance. They couldn't deal with the physicality of a Premier League team. The only reason Arsenal will lose is because Arsenal will rotate heavily. Are you mad? Rotate. Nah, bro, let me tell you the starting lineup for that game. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Mosquera, or Hincapié, it don't matter. Calafiori. That's no rotation. Midfield would be Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Eze. There's no rotation. Right wing will be Saka. It will be maybe Gyökeres is back. Probably on the bench. But Merino and Nani. Nani will start this game. There's no rotation. Nah, brother. Nah. We ain't rotating. I'm trying to tell you, Sunderland in that stadium is a serious problem. Yeah, serious problem. But we were up 2-1. We were winning the game. The best defense. We hadn't conceded a goal in 10 matches. See it out. Matter of fact, even Gabriel was tired. Because Brian Bobby isn't no world beater. But that was a tired, tame, lame challenge from Gabriel. Because even he was tired. Why was he tired? Constant pressure. Constant pressure. There was no time for him to step up on the halfway line and take a breath. Because the ball was in our half. You have to get rest within the game. You get, as a defender, you get that when the ball is up there. So when the ball is in your half, when it's just being recycled into your box, you can't switch off. You can't take a break. And when you're tired, you make mistakes. And they cost us. We needed an outlet. Barcelona is the next Wolves. Everybody beats Barca. Barca was poor on the day. But going into the game, I'm not doing this with hindsight. I actually predicted Chelsea to win that game based on the matchup. Styles make fights. And the way Barcelona play football was they're not going to beat anybody with a good midfield. And Chelsea has a good midfield. I wish Conrad Smith was here. No doubts Arsenal wins the league, but Chelsea wins and draws at the Emirates. Well, I'll take that. If you can guarantee me the Premier League But those two results happen, fair play. But I don't think it will. Big up to G Wills. I guarantee if Arteta brought fresh legs on Sunderland, we win. The boys were really tired, gassed. Things like these are drawbacks with Arteta. And this is one of the reasons why I'm praising him. Because I customed that game. I was like, brother, stop. These men are onto us. They're onto us. They're onto us. Do something. And he didn't. Sat on his hands. He took off Ezra, brought on Mosquera. They bring on a defender and still concede. Like, don't they learn? Like, Slot did the same thing at Stamford Bridge. Instead of bringing on Chiesa to try to win the game against Chelsea at 1-1, he brings on Endo and still concede. Instead of bringing on outlets to put pressure on Sunderland and kill off the game, he brings on Mosquera for Eze, sends the message that we're no longer going to attack, and invites pressure onto us. And we lose. We still concede when you brought in a defender. And Jason, if you look at the 4 attackers that Regis Debris brought on, 4 attackers. They brought on 4 attackers. They made 4 subs, 4 attackers. We made 1 sub, took off our best attacker, and brought in a defender. And with the benefit of hindsight, it was the wrong decision because we conceded. I was about to say we lost the game because it feels like it. And should we go into our shell yesterday after Bayern Munich equalized, we probably lose. But no, we go on to score a goal, kill off the goal. Even with 3-1 up, we're still attacking. So if we can do that at home, albeit at home against Bayern, the best attack in Europe, damn sure we can do it at the Stadium of Light to a newly promoted team. Go kill off the game. Just like we killed off Bayern. We killed off Tottenham. Go kill off the game. Those 3 points would have served us very well right now. MLS needs minutes, in my opinion. Yeah. I think, listen, if you look at so unfinished business, right? The unfinished business is Chelsea remained in our way for Arsenal Football Club having a undefeated November. I was about to say all wins Sunderland game, right? So November 30th, our last game, last day to go undefeated. We handle business there. We go into December. Them games in December is bang, 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 bang. You fuck around and have 9 games in 13 days or something. A little hyperbolic, but you get it. We got a whole heap of games forward. So MLS, Ethan, all these men will start to get minutes now. They have to. Because if they don't, these January transfer window rumors will start to grow legs again. And I don't want to hear that. Play him in the cup games. I think he started both the cup games, didn't he? He started against Port Vale and Brighton. And he started Atletico, and he started yesterday. But he does need minutes. Big up to Kwaja. I hope you're good. Hincapié and White made more sense to me in that game. The whole team was leggy. I just think we needed players to make them go that way, away from our goal. Yeah. And Mosquera wasn't the guy. Mosquera is not the guy to say, hey, let's push him back in their half. You know, I know you're riding this wave, but the reality of the situation is we are top of the Premier League. You are a newly promoted team. We're going to show you the levels. Go back. Push. That way. That's what I wanted to see. That would have been a bigger, just as big as a message as the other games that we drop points in. You know, kill the Sunderland hype. Because then we see Sunderland go lose to Fulham. United beat this bunch. That by itself should make us be embarrassed to lose to them. Timber and Keller had subpar games that day. Isn't it? A subpar game for Timber is a 7. Should have taken off our tired defenders. Shouldn't have made the defenders tired by having to constantly defend. Because, you know, what we're told is that our defense is so good because we defend as a team. Big up to Jagans. Manners and respect. He had the options he trusted yesterday. He doesn't trust Max or Ethan like you do. Clearly put them on in a situation like that. I mean, he should trust Ethan because with the injuries to Saka last year and to Odegaard, Ethan actually saved his ass in many a games. You know. But November has told us a lot about the team. They're resilient. We're not losing games in bunch. Like, remember last year we would lose games in clusters, drop points here, lose there, drop points here. We have reacted to each drop points. Cool. Now, we've learned that in December, based on the amount of minutes that these men are getting, we will know where his trust levels are for these players. Though I'm a Chelsea fan, Arteta has built the team will be unstoppable all season. I just believe Gabby not being available make the mashup trash. I wanted to see how we play against a number one center back. I think there's still some good matchups, yeah, because I know you hear it, I know we hear it all the time. Who's better, Caicedo, Deckers? That's what I meant at the thumbnail, right? Estevao is the best right winger in the league now. Okay, let's see how he goes up against Cala, and then you got Nani coming back to play his former team. Cool. It's all written in the stars, right? Because now we've seen Declan score against West Ham this season. We've seen Eze score against Crystal Palace. So I was delighted that Nani was able to come on and score because there's nobody more confident than Nani right now. And I see Sky Sports and I see Haters TV trying to twist his words to make him sound like he said something controversial about Chelsea. You see these fuckers, Literally, man said, Chelsea is a top team. I enjoyed my time there. I'm glad I'm with Arsenal. The way the team has brought me in. They cut all that part out, but they make the headline, said, I got something for Chelsea. Trying to create a story. But you know what? Create it. If that drives Nani to slap one in the top corner against Sanchez, I'm here for it. Spot on Eros. Emelec look well rusty. Tough match to put him straight into. I think MLS I think if he could have gotten a little more minutes at the end of previous games, but he has started, some big games for us this season. And damn near gave us not the man of the match performance versus Atletico, but he was, he unlocked the game. When we went up 1-0 and then Atleti started to come on to us, he showed his quality in that game. And that was a big game. Not going to act like that was some small fish. That was a big, big game. And he shined. G Wills. I truly hope Arteta and all these boys to play their football for the rest of the season. Allow the boys to play their football for the rest of the season. They're very good at it. If we shackle them, we won't be winning any other big ones. Yeah, man. Live and let live. Make the ball of them ball. Oh, you mean? What them I do? Where them I try? My road we fly, Yep. The defending in that game wasn't the whole half. From 80 minutes onwards, we controlled the second half up until the 80 minutes. But I wanted to kill off the game, brother. Kill them off, cut them through it. Because that game goes 3-1, their heads drop, all that. But the fact that they were still, that 2-1 gave them life. It gave them hope. You see me? All our center backs start for Chelsea. That is true, though. It is true. Do you think Martinelli or Nani will get the nod for his Trossard is out for the game? So this put Blunderman in a kind of a pickle. Because Odegaard is back now, right? So now his options are bring Odegaard in the 10, move Eze to the left, or start Saka and Nani. Or he could be bold and drop Saka and play Nani right wing where he's best, and you play Eze left and play Odegaard in the 10 in front of Zubi and Declan. But he won't do that. So he'll probably, what I think he will do, I think Martinelli is back now. So, and Martinelli typically plays well against Chelsea. So that's probably what he goes with. He probably goes with Eze left, Marino, Saka, and Odegaard, Zubimendi, Declan, and then bring on Martinelli, and then bring on Nani. Because I don't think he wants Nani getting booed for 90 minutes. You know, change of score 3, Nani and Declan goes. So listen, if the stream continues to go on, this is going to change again. If we do another 45 minutes, DJ Shatta Hennessy is going to be Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2 with, you know, some more context. But big up DJ Shatta Hennessy still. Big up, man. Big up Jamaica. Excited to play Chelsea, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. Yeah, it won't be a walk in the park. But, you know, yesterday and the streams and the other streams ago, I actually think Villa away will be a tougher fixture than Chelsea. Because historically it's been, since Unai has been there. Like, Blunderman, Arteta, one of his croonies told me this, and it's stuck in my head. Like, he's never lost at Stamford Bridge since he's managing Arsenal. He's never lost. And a draw is not the worst result if it's just us looking at Chelsea. But I do expect Man City to beat Leeds. So if we drop points and City beat Leeds, then City are closing the gap quietly, and I don't want that. I want us to put our foot on Chelsea's throat, kick them out the race, because I don't think they can make up 9 points on us, right? I want Chelsea fans to be able to look at the table and see Villa above them, to see Man City above them. Then they're like, okay, we're out of it. And then on December 6th, when we go to Villa, then we put our foot on their necks and kick them out of second and kick them further down the table and just keep on chopping on. Jamaica to the world. Yes, sir. These results at Anfield don't help me at all. Still fuming by the way Arteta approached that game. I saw the weakness in Poole. They were not ready. I was told I'm crazy. We cannot attack Poole at Anfield. Right there with you, G Wills. I got told that on every panel. The chat roasted me on the catch up. You can't just go gung ho. Did Sean Dyche go gun ho? No, he didn't. He started Morgan Gibbs White, which is their Esde. They won the game 3-0. Fucking Ruben Amorim went there. Did they go gun ho? No, but they started their attacking players. They didn't go there cowardly, and they won the game. Meanwhile, we went there and been timid. BBK, have you looked into Twitch as regarding to you streaming music? Nah, I haven't. I probably should, innit? Yeah. For me, bro, it's like, it's simple. Just stock football up and stream it to YouTube. I haven't done the extras yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm on the level to start doing extras. I keep it basic for now. Just football. If the thing reach a level, and we can do a 1-2, 1-3, you know, I'll see in it. But I'm not turn it down. You know, I'm not shutting any doors. Big you up. Behave yourself about Odegaard. He's not ready to start yet. Do you know who our manager is? That's his child. He got a good 15 minutes yesterday. He might start him for a pre-planned sub at the 60th minute. He likes Odegaard against Chelsea. You know, remember, it was this game, Stamford Bridge away, that Odegaard came back last year after his injury on international break. So he could, man. He could start. I could see it happening. Not putting it past him. But if he doesn't start, then it makes the lineup easier to predict, because then it's Eze in the 10 with Zubi and Declan. And then it's Martinelli left. Trossard, Saka right. Then Nani to come off the bench. Happy Thanksgiving, Gunarica. Finally, he 3 subs. Hey, get in. Hey, Gunarican, message me, man. I got to get you on the platform. Got to get you on, my bro. So, get my number from Views or Shane, and we'll talk. Big you up. Just gone. If we hit 1 hour and 30, yeah, it's gonna be a draw. Then it's a 2-1 Arsenal win. The right wing is Nani. He's not good on the left. He's not. Saka second striker, as he should be played closer to the goal. Saka in a natural winger. He does well on the wings because he's such a good player. City gonna fall off. This is Pep's last season, and he isn't confident. Until I see City fall off. If City go through another rut, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Because I do think Chelsea will go through a rut because Chelsea haven't played City yet. Haven't played us yet, albeit we play at the weekend. So, when Chelsea hit a rough patch of form, we'll see how they come out of that. Blunderman decided he'll play not to lose against Bull and came unstuck as individual brilliance won on the day. Saka closer to the goal would be devastating. He ain't a winger. Yeah, if Saka can use all his energy going that way, I don't think teams want that. We want that. What's your favorite top team to watch? Mine used to be Liverpool versus Chelsea. Big duty tactical KG match, always a 2-1 or a 2-0. So I assume you mean other than Arsenal. Probably Liverpool United. Even the Manchester derbies used to be good back in the day, even when City was shit. United used to win most of them, but the intensity in the matches used to be something to be appreciated. Not gonna lie. He might adopt Eze if he keeps this up. Yeah, the guy he didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Odegaard was ready to start long ago. Arteta is managing him properly. I don't think he was fit, but the minute that guy's fit, he's in there. You always love the kid most until something better turns up. Real thing, my brother. Odegaard should have been started before his injury. Man can't wait to dash him back in the team. Yeah, he's good straight back in there. It's the new stepson. We hit our rough patch from the start of the season. Red card FC. Yeah, but the competition wasn't, it wasn't. We started our season at Old Trafford and St. James's Park at Anfield. You ain't gone to St. James's Park yet, Yeah, you did get red card at Old Trafford. Damn, Chelsea, man. Chelsea just keep racking up them red cards for real. This is the tactical ineptitude I'm talking about. Everyone else can see. Yeah, he has to learn from that though, because whenever, I tell you what, I wish Liverpool were coming to the Emirates like now. That was a good time to play them motherfuckers. Can't say Arteta didn't want. He gave him the 10 jersey. Allow it. I didn't want it, bro. The report came out. It was Berta. The club's business was considered complete. It was Berta who went to the bosses and said, Eze and Nketiah will help the squad. Business was considered complete. That's reporting from people who report on the club. Ted Cotterhill, Ted Hurley's, and Charles Watson, these men. Even AFTV couldn't hide from it. They want to spin it like, hey, all these players Arteta wanted and this and that. But the report came out. They just had to repost it from Sky. So, and it was vacant. I mean, Smith Rowe was in that number 10, bro. The numbers don't mean shit anymore. Smith Rowe should have been nowhere near that number 10 shirt. The moment Odegaard gets back into the starting 11, nice attacking player will come to a grinding halt. Odegaard will be the spanner in the works. Like as long as he is not the sole creative burden, as long as the sole creative burden isn't placed on his shoulders, I think Eze will do well. I think Odegaard will do well. So even if Eze is to the left to drift a little bit, but that means that he's going to have to rest Zubi or Declan. Because I don't want Eze hugging the touchline. Havertz's injury triggered the Eze move. There it is. So he didn't want him. But now he's glad he's glad that he has him. I know we all wanted Eze. The minute I saw James Maddison get injured in preseason, I was like, oh shit. I know Tottenham was going to at least ask the question. And he did agree to terms with them. He did. But yeah, man, it's one of them ones. Listen, people. Fantastic therapy session, but it is Thanksgiving. I have some turkeys to go dish out. Oh, not turkeys. The turkeys have already been dished out. Got to go to the kitchen. Got some homeless people to feed, some homeless vets. Still got some family things to do today. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Happy Thanksgiving to every single one out in here. Thank you for your support to the channel. Thank you for all who's hit the like button, who subscribe to the channel. It's love. It's love, people. Predictions 8. So I'll do predictions tomorrow with the warm-up show with the Waffle Don, same time. But I do have to go. I do have to go to get my shift started to, help out these people who are going through a rough time right now, especially this time of the year. A lot of them don't have families and all that stuff. Yeah, man, brother. It's 8:15 a.m. It's 8:15 a.m., my bro. So, I'll be stuffing my face later, for sure. But I have to go get the prep started for the local charity here in the great state of Washington. So manners and respect to every single one of you people. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.